All right, so we have what actually looks a lot like the Lucky Charms boxes, which can be appropriate, kind of combining Ritz crackers with Lucky Charms here. We have special effects, we have color overlays, we have textures. I wanted to bring in this rainbow texture. Really make it over the top. The beauty of texture overlays. You can stretch them. And look, automatically the texture fills are there over the top of them. And I haven't even played with anything like the opacity. It supports my own little stars. I think screen mode actually works pretty well there. And then if I feel like it's too colorful, not red enough, but I still want all of the stark contrast and everything, I can always rasterize it and just adjust it like it's any other composite layer. So maybe push the color balance a little bit more towards the reds. And magentas. Yeah, I think that helps. And now everything is making the image what I want it to be. I just have to, because I added that texture fill after I did the borders, I have to now kind of clean up those borders, which is a little annoying. It's a simple task. Actually, the easiest way is to crop it again. Use the crop tool. Lock it to the image I want. It's a good way to kind of recenter your image as well. Make sure everything's where you want it. Spacing makes sense. So there's the poster. Then go to canvas size and stretch it to be 13 by 19 inches with white as your extension. Then you should have clean borders again. I say should, but for some reason I didn't get them. Huh, where is that coming from? So the easy way to clean up just a texture fill like this, select that layer, go to the borders. Thought the crop would take care of it. Oh, it's because it's a smart object, so I have to rasterize that one. I just thought it was on another layer. And then I can get rid of those. The crop would work as long as it's rasterized. And I would like all of your posters to have that white border edge. It helps ensure that the printout, which will always have a white edge, matches what you want. Now, look at it up close, view it at full resolution, 100%. Make sure it kind of shows you what you want. I have these special effects. Maybe impacting the line work of Putin a little too much. I was a little worried about that. So I can look at my color holds and erase it back just on this layer near his eye. This will take a little while. And so we're just refining it as we go. There, finally. All right, so just dial it back a little bit. And then that's my poster. If you want to give it a signature, I'll just do that on a very top layer. I'll title that signature. And I don't usually do it with my work, but you want to find a complementary color, and we're just going to paint directly with it. I'll do it about an 80% opacity. The genius of having it on its own layer is if you don't like it, it's easy to modify it and change it. Usually for work like this, I'll just do initials. But I have a little glow, little outer glow effect built into it. So as I paint, it's like, it's going to give that to me. And I can always modify that. And generally I just decide, nope, I don't want a signature. All right. So we save it as our PSD assignment. Then we're going to save it as a JPEG. And then we submit it. Just trying to think if there's anything else I want to do. But for the moment, I am satisfied. So, save as a JPEG to the desktop. That'll be the last thing you do for assignment 8. And you just want it to be fewer than 5 megabytes as a JPEG. And then the 3 things you are submitting. Your black and white type solution, Actually, let's just do the two things you're submitting. Your black and white type solution. So to get that ready, you need to go to your EPS file, which I have here. But let me go to my combined EPS file. So open that up in Illustrator. And just like we saved the line work for your spot illustration, we just want to get rid of the sketch in the background, save this as an EPS. It already to the desktop, and the only difference is I'm saving it so it doesn't have the spot illustration already in it. Now I open up Photoshop, new file, and just save it as an 8 by 10 inch, 350 pixels per inch black text file. Bring in the EPS. The reason I do it this way instead of just saving it through preview is I can give it a little bit of extra white space around it so it looks good online. And then just save that as a JPEG so that I can see the white to the desktop. Then you go to the class photo bucket. Find the right folder, assignment 8 in Digital Art 1, and upload right into that folder. If you wanted to do an extra kind of process step to upload, I'll show you that. That would just be your color type solution, which you would get from your Photoshop file. But you are not required. These are the only two things I need because the color is so dependent on the background for poster design. But if I open up my Photoshop file and then just turn off all the layers, depends how you did them. That don't relate to the type. But you see so many of them affect the type so clearly. What is that sketch layer? There he is. You can save that as a JPEG as well. Call it something like color text. And then when I close my PSD, I'm not going to save it. Oops, that was silly. Because I want my PSD to have all those layers turned on. But it is interesting to see just how your color text can help support your spot illustration too, just on its own. I think it works best with the background, but that works pretty well too. It's just missing all the red. Okay, so don't save, so I've already saved the poster. And that is the